everything is working before we get started. Make sure, testing. Are we testing? Can you hear me? Started. Okay, so I have, can you hear me now? Can you still hear me? Okay, so I have, whoops. Can you hear me now? Can you still hear me? So it seems that when I, that's interesting. Looks like it doubled it. Oh. So it seems that when I, testing, come on. This is a test without the microphone. So it seems that testing, come on. This is a test without the microphone. I don't know, it seems, okay, so I'm going to try this. Good morning, everybody. You can hear me? It sounds weird. Let me know if it sounds better now, Karen. Does it sound better now? Because otherwise I'll put my microphone back on. I'm using the computer's microphone. It's just easier, but I've been using the other one for over 600 shows, so I can do it, that's for sure. How's it sound now, Karen? Does it sound okay? Still waiting to hear. Yes, okay. All right, as long as it sounds okay. Let me know if you prefer the other way, because I have this little microphone, but this particular computer has a really good microphone, so I'm thinking maybe I don't need to use the other one. All right, so anyway, what's going on? Hi. Okay, all right. Yes. So we have, 3,651 available condos and single-family homes and townhomes. And that's basically 26 days of inventory. And that's based on the annual average year-to-date through last month of 142 sales a day. So assuming we continue that, which let's see, according to these stats, we're doing more. So, oh dear, but we are listing more. Look at this, everybody. We listed 113 single family homes. So see, I think it's all going to work. We just don't have a crystal ball, but at least we're staying on a day-to-day basis. We listed 38 homes yesterday that are 400,000 or under. And that's the sweet spot, right? Of course, the bigger sweet spot is at 250 to 500, as we looked at yesterday when we looked at the history of the median price. But anyway, 400 and under, we have 781 available. So that's more than we had. So that's good. Lots of new homes if you just listed 113 homes and 38 of them were under 400 and under, you have new homes to show if you're in that sweet spot. That's how you have to look at these stats. And there's stats, yes, but you have to have takeaways from the stats. So that's a good thing. And the fact that we have closed 660 homes this month, oh my gosh, that thank you. Baby just brought me coffee. That just seems outlandish to me. But I checked it and it's true. It's amazing. Maybe some of those were carryovers from, Nevada Day and the long weekend and so on and so forth. But it doesn't matter. It's a stat and it counts. So year to date, again, we're doing 142 sales a day. And that is excellent. Let's look at those $1 million homes. Nothing really changes with that. It's just staying steady this year. Isn't that something? 139 people are moving here every day, and 44% of them are from California, and they're bringing money, obviously, because they just keep buying 4 homes a day. So $4 million plus homes are selling every day. That's just amazing to me. Okay. Now, something interesting here that the national average on the non-owner occupied homes is 18 to 20% of the market is investors. And so we're up around 32%. I tried to find out how many Zillow homes, Zillow owned homes there are right now, which doesn't mean how many they've actually bought in those previous 3 quarters, because they probably sold some of them, correct? Yeah. So that we're going to watch this and see what happens, especially with Zillow out of the market. And today I want to review Zillow, some things that came across the wire. So I'm going to hide this and I'm going to share my screen. Where's my screen share? Share my screen. Where did it go? Oh boy. There it is. It says it's sharing. Okay, let me go get it again. Screen share. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share this window because I've got some stats for you. Share it. Okay. Let me see if you can see it. You can see what I'm seeing. Alrighty. Come on. Let's see. You should be coming up in a second. And I have a recap of some of the comments from what Zillow announced yesterday. So we're going to see if that comes up. Let me go back. I don't think it's coming up. So yeah, it's not coming up. So hang on, everybody. Let me come back here to you, and let's do this. And then let's see if we're working now. Okay, hang in there. If you watch this, there we go. Okay, so Margaret Summers, an agent from Keller Williams, she says a new word has been added to the oxymoron category, zestimates. Evidently, Richard Barton, CEO, says that part of their problem were their estimates. And Frank Comento says, meanwhile, 54% of buyer lead inquiries sent to listing agents never get a response. I don't mean they get a slow response. I mean they never get a response at all. And so how is that for a good consumer experience? Not too good. I thought his estimate was nothing more than a tripwire designed to identify buying behavior. So engage your sphere, compel them to rely on you, and that's the best bet. And I point that out because I really agree with him 100%. And then there's, let's see, the other one, Sarah says exactimates. I forgot about that word, laugh out loud. Thanks for the reminder. And that was in the article that we reviewed yesterday, and I think I posted it, and I think he put it in his letter to the shareholders. Anyway, Clint says Zillow says my house is worth this. Zillow says my house is worth that. Now we have a perfect rebuttal. Of course we do. And Bernice, thanks for the comments. She's the one, I believe, that wrote this article, and she said, you hit such an important point. 54% of the leads never get a response. And that's really dumb about paying for leads and not responding. Is that an average? And that is a NAR stat. Half will have a house to sell. Wow. Think of that. There's a message there. And then Richard says, Zillow, here's another propus word, Skeldenfrug. He says he's responding to the CoStar. CoStar has a lot to learn if they want to compete with the MLS. Their site is really klutzy and expensive at that. And we'll get into CoStar and what they're doing, but not today. So Zillow's astronomical iBuyer growth. So what we're saying here is that they grew so fast, so quickly, that it literally broke the company, forcing an abrupt shutdown. In Q3, the 3 months that broke the business, Zillow purchased more houses than in the previous 18 months combined. Well, I still go back to, the fact that in Q3, and this is our own experience at our own company, they were actually paying more for the homes than they were worth. Was that a different strategy they were employing, thinking that the market was going to continue to have more appreciation than historically they have? I don't know. But they were trying something for sure to be able to increase their market share that much. Wow. He said that the pandemic was part of their problem, but I don't believe that. Look at the pandemic. It was only 1 quarter. And then it only took like 60 days to get back to where they were in the previous quarter where they had, a reasonable amount of sales. So now they're stuck with these 7,000 homes. And what are they going to do? So Zillow 2.0 has failed the experiment in iBuying. What captures the imagination is what is the next iteration of Zillow 3.0, and how will Zillow leverage its massive competitive advantage and its iBuyer learnings from Zillow 3.0 for Zillow 3.0. I wouldn't be surprised to see Zillow play deeper in the power buyer space, a model that is asset light, easier to scale, less risky than better unit economics, and has a natural overlap with Zillow Home Loans. Opendoor diversified into power buying earlier this year. So, they get buyers. And so they're helping buyers buy homes. I mean, think about that. Is that going to impact you? And are you going to continue to fund Zillow? I hope not. Zillow as a power buyer, either through organic development, which is like with their own site, a partnership or acquisition, they might buy another company, a natural extension to its existing business of helping home buyers. The world of real estate has evolved significantly since 2018, and Zillow needs to stay relevant. Well, Opendoor's victory. With Zillow's exit, Opendoor is left as the undisputed iBuying champion. But is it a battle worth winning? Zillow's exit is a mixed blessing for Opendoor, and plus the spotlight on Opendoor's path to profitability. So on one hand, Zillow's absence from the market will relieve some competitive tension, allowing Opendoor to make slightly lower offers and charge slightly higher fees. There should be a small positive effect on margins, which Opendoor needs more than ever. Now, I don't think we're having as many multiple offer situations. So I think that that's going to keep a damper on the prices. So when you think about what did Opendoor pay for these homes, and then, are they going to be able to make a profit? We'll see. I'm not sure, because Opendoor has the same model that Zillow, just different strategy. But on the other hand, Opendoor is now going on it alone. It no longer is able to piggyback off of Zillow's consumer education efforts in new and existing markets. So now, and I think they mentioned this here somewhere, and that is that there was a lot of advertising that Zillow was doing, and Opendoor piggybacked on that too. So Opendoor has thrived in a high home price appreciation, just like Zillow, driving gross margins to record highs. And that's what Gene said here in Vegas about, with somebody increasing the price for a reason. I still leave that, everybody, up to you. I have my own opinion. You probably know what it is. I like Gene, and I think he's a pretty smart guy. But with a high home price appreciation dropping, what will happen to the gross margins? And that's what I'm saying. The market is getting very stable. I do the stats every day. I see the trend. We're just moving along in a very nice market right now. And I don't think we're going to see any frenzy of price increasing. So Zillow was a power buyer, either through organic. Whoops. Did we do that? Yes. Let me go down to this one. Sorry. So Zillow's decision to close its iBuying business is a victory for rationalists everywhere. For years, investment in real estate tech has frequently defied reason, prioritizing a company's ability to grow over profitability. Sustained unprofitability was the new competitive advantage, and red was the new black. Now, what does that mean? Well, Kane and I have been saying this for 4 years in our classes, that these companies decided, and remember Purple Bricks? Well, they went along with this too, that they were going to have this home buying a loss leader for 2 to 3 years so that they could get a market recognition and become a brand. Okay, so they were okay. They felt that the losses would be like their marketing costs. That was the cost of getting into this new market, which was then going to be very profitable. But then Zillow proved it wrong. But perhaps this is a turning point for investors in Zillow, Opendoor, Compass, and Redfin. They don't mention Redfin, but I will, and a score of others at some point. Enough is enough. A credible path to profitability is needed. For Zillow, this and losing a cool billion is that point. Exactly, at some point. So losing $1 billion, is that the point that they were at? I think so. So Mike says, I, for one, welcome the reintroduction of rational investment brought back into real estate. Let this be a welcome wake-up call for investors and the industry. I love that. And Chris Allen Taylor remarked in a comment, he said, speaking only to the market I'm in, Opendoor has been hemorrhaging profit margin all year just as badly. So with Zillow's exit, Opendoor is left as the undisputed iBuying champion. And then he says, absolutely the case, but is that really the victory it sounds like? The image in my head is a house totally engulfed in flames, and Zillow just sprinted out the front door with singed hair, swatting the flames from its arms and yelling back to Opendoor, it's all yours, pal. So, and I think that's really puts the cap on it. He is saying exactly that. Is Opendoor going to stay in that flaming house? Because if they're not going to make money and our market is stabilizing and interest rates are going to stay pretty cool where they are, and real estate agents are now, more than ever back into doing the right things, farming, doing the things that we're going to talk about in the next couple of weeks for your business plan. More and more agents and teams, especially because teams have come on the scene, they are really, really bringing this market back to home, and that's us. And so our actions items starting November the 8th, which is Monday, the first thing I'm going to want to know is, what is your plan? Not what do you hope for, not what do you wish for, not what do you want. And you have to understand that your daily plans turn into your monthly goal barometer of your plan. And now is the time, and we're going to do this, we're going to ramp up our marketing plan for 2020. All right, so I am going to stop sharing this. I'm going to come back to you. All right, I'm back. So, those are some an interesting perspective. And I think when people ask you what happened to Zillow, if you read those slides a couple times, you'll know what happened to Zillow. And if you look at the third quarter and you listen to what Gene said from TikTok, I think they burned their own bridge. And forget about that burning house. I think they burned the bridge behind them too, because this is going to be a big change for Zillow. And if they're going into the power buying sector of the housing economy, we're going to watch and see what they do to make that happen if they can. So let's get into us, what we're doing. And I have my friend, and now this is how you stand out in a crazy market. So he's got some, again, I'm talking about becoming hyper local, because if you're hyper local, if you're going after the listings, and what you all have to understand is people have equity in their homes. And if you bring that to their attention, because you have people that want to move up. Okay, so they bought a home for $400,000. Now it's worth $700,000 or maybe even $800,000. So they want to upgrade. They want to move up. They want a newer home. Even if they want a smaller home, they're willing to pay more money for it because it's a newer home, because it's modern, because it's white and gray, or whatever the trend is that they like today. I think in class, one of the gals said that green is the new trendy color. But whatever, people want to move. So let's listen to what Tom Ferry has to say. And he's got some great points here. So take out your notes book and make notes on this. This is really a good, this is not new. This is not like last week or anything, but it's one that I like.
Now, the last one before we take a little break. This is the big one. How many of you have gotten a lot of value out of this conversation so far? Give me just like a little feedback, right? Right. A lot for you to do. No doubt. I like that. That's bananas. Thank you, Suzanne. I love it. The thing that I'm passionate about right now, thank you guys. I see all the comments. I love it. I just want you to, Todd Stevens from New York. I love you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Here's the thing. I think please take this the right way. Please look up here, guys. My mother raised me well. Please take this the right way. Your marketing sucks. Your messaging sucks. And the reason why it sucks is because first, you're not looking at what the consumer's expectations are, and you're saying the same stuff that everybody else is. So what do the consumers want? They want Amazon-like experience. Push a button, magic happens. They want a Disney experience. They want emotion. They want the five senses, right? They want to be wowed by the experience, right? But you know what they also want? Surprise and delights. You know what they also want? Certainty, transparency, convenience. And yes, they'd like to not lose money or overpay on anything. I don't think that's a bad thing. That sounds like all of us together, all of us collectively, we want this. But consider, you ready? Here's the challenge right now. And Fred, I am on a tirade on this. I say it's clear what the consumer wants, but if everybody in the market is saying the same thing, why me? Look at me. Look what I've done. I'm amazing. I'm really good at this. You know what they're also saying? This is why you should sell now. Oh my God, you got to do it now. It's so urgent. It's so important. You got to do it now. How does that resonate for the client? But my favorite one is, look, I did it again. I did it again. And I just summarized what I've seen in the last, call it 30 years. And I would argue today, look up here, there's a reason why they go to all those websites. There's a reason why they go to those websites, because they use testimonials, they use stories, they use examples. They're bored for sure, Emily. Thank you so much. And they're tired of hearing that you're number one and everybody else is number one and we're all number one. And they're tired of hearing that I should sell now, because you're not really speaking to the actual three sellers. Right now, when you look at the consumer data, pay really close attention right now. And I'm going to show you the realtor.com graph so you're clear on where I got this. Right, Amanda says they think, who cares? Because Amanda, they're not talking to you, right? They're just going, why me? Why now? So watch this. Here's the three sellers, people that are downsizing. Do they care why you, or do they care how do I downsize effectively? How about trade uppers? Hey, I want to cash in. I bought my home in 2010 for $400,000. It's now worth $950, and I have $600,000-$700,000 in equity, and interest rates are still at 3. I want to trade up. They don't care why now. They care about how do I trade up? What makes the most sense for me? How do I sell this home and not get lost in the shuffle because the market's so hot that I sell my house for top dollar, but now I need to rent or I need to go live in a hotel? And then, you know who's got all the money? The super seniors. The super seniors, and they're looking for a different message. They're looking for a very different message. Why me? Why now? Look, I did it again. Who cares? You know what they want? They want somebody with gray hair telling them that they hired Jason Dalton and he took care of all of the monotony and the details and more. And all you got to do is just look at median age of home sellers. Here's what Realtor.com put out. They said, yes, look at 45 to 54 years old. That's 17% of the sellers last year. 55 to 64, 22% of the sellers. But look where all the money is. 65 to 75 years or older, you're looking at 33% of all the sellers, William, and they're all in your marketplace. And they're sitting on, they bought a $400,000 house in Carmel that is now sitting on a $10 million lot, right? They need a different message than why me? Why now? Look, I did it again. So consider, you ready? What's the crazy offer you could make that could separate you from the competition? What's the crazy offer you could make that would separate you from the competition? Or better yet, ready? What's an offer that actually resonates with the majority of home sellers? What is the pain that they're experiencing? What is the convenience that they want? How will you solve my problem? It's not why me, why now at all, my friends. Now, I am not attached to any of these. I'm not attached to any of these, but I'm going to give you from what we did in a mastermind session with about 36 of the smartest agents I know. We just brainstormed and my assistant captured every one of them. Let's take a look at the list. You ready? Highest price every time, guaranteed. How about that for a headline? Versus, we can get you top dollar. Look up here. How many of you think in today's market, there is a segment of homes that come on the market that are going to sell for the highest price ever? Right? That's the market we're in. But why not use it in your advertising? Highest price every time, guaranteed. You know what my favorite one is? Look at the bottom one. Would you like a crazy offer on your home? Would you like a crazy offer on your home? Does that speak to people? What do you guys think? Versus just listed, just sold. Versus look, I did it again. You want a crazy offer on your home? How about refresh and relax? Think about the super seniors. Refresh and relax. You deserve a stress-free sales process. And you type that into conversion.ai and it says, we're going to put you up in a hotel. We're going to completely deck out your property for a few days. We're going to launch the listing on Friday. And by Friday night, we'll be presenting 18 offers or more. And you spend the weekend in the hotel on us, relaxing while we take care of everything else. I have moved 6 times in the last now 7 years, building a house that didn't get finished and had to move again, and then lost my lease on that one and had to move again, and then moved again, and then finally moved into my house 4 years later, only to buy a house in Dallas and move again. If you ask my wife, how does she feel about moving? She would say to you the following: moving sucks. Everything about it. The agent, she says, I love my agent every time. They are the best. But the process of packaging up, getting everything ready, she said it's the most horrible experience for someone that's busy. And yet no one ever talks about it. But look at that bottom one. Would you like a crazy offer on your home? So William, I'm doing this with my Team Plus guys. And we're live in Dallas. And one of my clients in Canada, because the Canadians couldn't fly down, Paul Rushforth, will do 800 transactions this year, mega team, longtime coaching member. He immediately sends crazy offer for your home, an email to his marketing director and says, build me a website. And she builds a landing page just like this. Would you like a crazy offer on your home? The real estate market in Ottawa is so hot and fluid, you can easily, ready, say what market value is, or who can say what market value is? I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Who can say what market value is? We get our clients crazy home offers. And then you know what he started doing, Mike? He started running Facebook ads. Want a crazy offer on your home? To this as a squeege page, right? To this as a landing page. And just like that, he's actually speaking to what people want. All they do is they type in their name, they type in their address, right? Email, sell, whatever you want, and boom. Tell me the crazy price you want. You know what this is going to compete against? The iBuyers. You know who this is going to play for? The person that's like, yeah, I'm tired of hearing over and over again, why me, why now? You're actually telling me I can get a crazy offer. Let's go. Now, let me show you a few more. I just got a bunch. How about sell, stay, and search? What is the biggest concern of every seller? Sure, you're going to sell my house in 2 seconds and I'm going to get a ton of money, but where do I go then? But why not offer the sell, stay, search program exclusive only by you? Find your new home first before you sell, or don't list your home until you find your replacement. And you say, sit down with me, Miranda, and I'm actually going to take you through the buyer consultation first, do a deep dive on everything that matters to you. I'm going to start showing you properties that are selling in that area. I'm going to talk to you about stuff that used to be on the market that expired or canceled. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to go find you a property off market before we put your home on the market. Like, that's what agents are doing right now, my friends. And they're winning because it isn't just, Tanika, why me, why now, let's go. Ready? How about remove the suck from selling? Remove the suck from moving. I know some of you are like, I would never say that. I would. Anybody that's done relocation would say, oh my goodness, Phoenix, Arizona. Yes, I know. How about easy for you home selling strategies? How about sending non-owner occupieds? Yikes, but I'm getting ahead of myself. That's on the listing side. How about remove the doubt and cash out? How about all the non-owner occupieds in your town? Sell your home over the phone. Sell your home over the phone. I'll do everything else. My point to you is this, and again, you guys are going to get a copy of all of this. If you want to defend your position, you have to look at what the big companies are doing. They're not saying, why me? Why now? Look, we did it again. They're saying, look at this couple buying their dream home and the emotional experience, and here's realtor.com. It's emotion, 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 what the person wants and the brand. And we're over here going, just listed, just sold. So what are you guys thinking about? I'm just letting you reflect for a minute. We got 8 minutes before we take a break. What are you thinking about right now? I hope, bananas. Thank you, Lawrence. I like that. I hope, my friends, for my friend Sabrina, who said, I'm feeling like stressed. This is so much. Oh my goodness. Sabrina, I want you to win. I'm trying to put you in a position where you can beat some of these monster companies. You might not outspend them, but you can win on a hyper-local level. And that's what I want. That's what I want. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you thinking about?
So that's where we are today. And when you think about your plan for next year, think about the people who want to downsize. Think about the people who want to trade up. And think about that senior population. Wow, that's 26% of the market. So I will leave you today with those 3 thoughts. You have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow we have a special guest going to talk about an agent who's had some experiences with the law and how that fared out. And we will see you tomorrow. And I put something here. If you close a sale, you make a living. If you make an investment of your time and service to your farm and your sphere of influence, you can make a fortune and have more time. So look at the market as the best opportunity. Look at this market as the best opportunity you have right now. It's a great market. The interest rates are low. People have equity in their homes. It is great for us. It can be a seller's market for us. Okay, so think about that. This was a great video, only a few minutes, 10 minutes. Watch it again. You know, Brian Buffini says you have to watch something 6 times to really learn what the messages really are. So hope you do that. Also, we have a class. I want to tell you this. On Monday, we have a class, the New Buyers Brokers contract class that Jimmy did. It's 3 CE core credits for contracts. It's a great class. Sign up at be.vegas. We hope to see you there. And